cartridge with a module that contains 42 needles is, you could say, the more mild approach to the skin, the more soft approach to the skin. It's funny because people would think if I have 12 needles, 36 needles and 42 needles, the 42 must be the wild one. And it's not. And I can explain you exactly why. Imagine you want to push through a tissue, and you do that just with one needle. It's very easy, very simple. If you try to do the same thing with 5, it's more difficult. And if you do that with 42, it's even more difficult, because there's a kind of counter pressure coming from the tissue upwards that kind of hinders the module needles to enter immediately after the first impact. The 42 needle, on the other hand, is very important for me to open up the upper layers of the tissue. I could, for example, use an anesthetic liquid. I could use some mild cleansers. I could use also a very soft hyaluronic acid, which is very liquidish, to kind of give my client the first impression of the needling, and she feels also with the 42 needles the least. The 12 needles is the one that she really can feel an impact, and with the 42 needles, especially when we use a higher speed, they are very comfortable. They're really, really comfortable. And in that moment, if that is okay inside your region, inside your country, because I know that not everyone is supposed to use some anesthetic gels. I like to use, for example, on the first round, some procaine gel. And I use that very superficial in the so-called minimal invasive technique. So I don't even harm the basal membrane. I'm just working epidermal, and that is correlating to the existing European law and to the regulations from the European Councilship, and therefore shouldn't be a problem. 42 needles is for very sensitive skin, and for very thin skin also already a kind of needling treatment. For me, this is the first step to approach from step to step deeper and deeper.